Bud was struggling. Israil Madrimov, that right hand was landing very often. And even though Terence Crawford really didn't show it, Madrimov was frustrating Bud, in my opinion.
Greatness can come from anywhere.
I draw inspiration from the Filipino people and to God and my family. Hard work is the most difficult things in boxing.
Let's get into it. And I said, you know what? All the fights I seen with Terence Crawford, I really ain't never seen Bud marked up before. So for Madrimov to go into that fight and take Terence Crawford the distance and to put hands on Terence Crawford, I don't know, y'all. In my opinion, I think Madrimov deserves a rematch. You listen to Joel Diaz. He says, you know what? The fight at least should have been a draw. So this way, my fighter could have kept his title. Hey, he has an argument. Madrimov, in my opinion, he really did that well. I mean, I can't look at what Joel Diaz says and said, you know what, like, you're wrong. Because from what I saw in the fight, I mean, Madrimov, he did a very good job. Let me take y'all that memory lane, give y'all an example. When Israil Pitbull Cruz fought Tank Davis, and shout out to Israil because he lost, upset victory, you know what I mean? But shout out to Ryo, excellent job. And the new, go back to when Israil Pitbull Cruz fought Tank Davis. Same thing. Shocked the world. Nobody expected Israil Cruz to do as well as he did. Madrimov was the same way. You heard Andre Ward interview leading up into the fight, and he was like, same old Bud. But from what I saw, it really could have went either way. And in this fight, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of, you know what, it could have went the either way. Anytime you have a lot of question marks like that, in my opinion, that's what constitutes for a rematch. Madrimov did very, very well. It does not matter how many fights did he have. Look at Clarissa Shields, how many fights that she has. Look at everything that she's accomplished in the sport of boxing. It doesn't matter how many fights you have. Only thing that matters is how much fight that you have. And Madrimov showed exemplary intestinal fortitude. Madrimov was a dog, man. He was in there with pound for pound the best fighter in the world, and he held his own. And he put hands on Bud Crawford. But shout out to Bud. Bud got a chin. Because some of them shots that Madrimov caught Bud with, Madrimov has finished opponents in the past with some of those shots. And I'm telling you, what really saved also Terence Crawford is the fact that he was able to avoid that left hand from Madrimov because he took away one of those weapons. He couldn't take away both because Madrimov can catch you with that left or that right hand, but that left hook, especially that looping left hook that he does, he loves throwing that shot. And he did try to catch Bud with that shot a few times, and Bud evaded that shot. But that right hand, for some reason, the quickest point to any destination is a straight line. And that straight right hand that he was catching Bud with was landing often. Even Bomac said, you know what I mean? Like, he ate a few of those right hands. And it was more than a few. A few was 3. Bud got caught with that right hand all throughout the fight. In my opinion, Israil Madrimov, he deserves a rematch. Who else is Terence Crawford going to fight at 54? You're not going to fight Errol Spence. Because Fundora and Spence, I mean, who knows? I mean, that may happen. They was talking about Turkey Al-Sheikh. They was talking about giving Virgil Ortiz a shot, possibly at 154. So when Duran in his last fight, when he won, him and Eddie Hearn, they were saying that if Bud Crawford won, they was going to send out the contract. But they don't seem like they're interested in facing Duran Ennis. It doesn't even matter if they put the money on the table. It doesn't seem like Bud can become undisputed again at 147 by Duran Ennis. So when they say there ain't nothing there, I don't understand that. It's another title there. You can complete the set again. Become undisputed at 47. Again, take your belt back. Then you can go back to 154 and campaign at 154 and possibly try to become undisputed. A 4-time undisputed welterweight champion? Whew, that's mind-blowing. And you never know. Bud may lose in the rematch because he was close to losing in the first fight.
Fatality.